So what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lowkey, aka your girl favorite YouTube, you feel me? And I'm back with a banging video. Based off the title today, y'all gonna see me answering questions that people want to ask me. And I'm gonna leave it all out, you feel me? This is the last Q&A, or it might be the first one, depending on when I drop the video, you feel me? Y'all subscribe, man, stop playing. I am thankful for everything that I've been through this year. I'm thankful for my losses. I'm thankful for my gains. I'm thankful for my growth. Thankful for everything, you feel me? This has been a long year. If you go into the new year, like, let go of all that baggage, let go of everything that happened this past year, and just stay positive. It's power in routine, it's power in yourself, and it's power. Understand power, be intentional with everything that you want. You feel me? That's what this year about for me, so I'm gonna start there. This is the last of the first Q&A, so like, I'm letting it all out. I'm being 100% honest with y'all. Thankful for everybody who also left them comments and them questions on my Instagram for me to answer, ask questions for me to get into. Even though some of y'all really messy, I still like the fact that y'all supportive, you feel me? And this just to show y'all that I ain't capped. Like, we got a thing full of questions. Really got about 60 questions, I only asked for 20. So, first question, how's life been, honestly? For me, life been straight. Like, it's been Gucci, ups and downs, but I'm alive, so I'm thankful for that. I ain't gonna get juicy. I'm gonna save all the juicy stuff to the end. Would you ever do more than YouTube, like a podcast or anything? Well, I do more than YouTube now. Like, I work, you feel me? I got a degree, I use my degree. But essentially, YouTube not the end goal. Like, it's a lot of stuff I want to use YouTube as a stepping stone too. Probably music, maybe one day get into acting, some shit like that. But other than that, I'm chilling. A lot of college questions on here. How many wicks are in your head? 13. Any YouTubers you would like to collab with? I'm gonna say this. Regarding YouTube, there's a lot of people I would love to collab with. I would love to be a part of, like, I would like them to be a part of my vision. However, I understand that, like, now I'm kind of accepting the fact that my vision for my YouTube got a lot to do with real life. And there's a lot of YouTubers that's more so, they care about more entertainment than uplifting people and helping people. And I'm still gonna, like, I like the entertainment portion of it too. But I'd rather be in other people's videos, and if I'm gonna be like with that super entertaining stuff. Like, on my channel, you're gonna see a lot of real, like, conversations, mindsets, stuff like that, building people up. I don't really be on that other stuff. But I do want to shoot some big videos this year. That's a big goal of mine in 2K23. Y'all are messy. What are something you plan on changing to better yourself in 2023? So, for me, to better myself in 2023, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a believer in that New Year's resolution stuff. Like, for me, I'm taking the same approach I do every year. I'm accepting who I am, I'm accepting what I've become, accepting my growth, accepting what I can't change. And my goal is to be more intentional with everything, be more consistent and persistent. And when I say persistent, I mean, like, my whole life, but I have a lot of dark places in my life. So for me, it's more so being persistent enough, meaning fighting through those tough times. Like, not just being consistent. Consistent, you just putting stuff out to put stuff out. No meaning, no none of that. You just putting it out to put it out. I want to be persistent. Like, I want all myself to be around my real life, my real struggles, my real everything. And then making sure that people know and understand that real life going on, you feel me? Usually, back in the past, and even like to this day, like even with this video, like I throw everything to the back of my brain. I throw YouTube to the back, working, money, everything to make sure I'm straight. But I know if I want to grow like I'm supposed to grow, I got to get out of that. How do you handle stress and anxiety as a fresh out of college kid? I ain't gonna lie, drugs, liquor, that's one of the things I want to change as well. As far as liquor goes, I want to drink less. And as far as like smoking and all that stuff, I want to be able to limit myself and not having to get to those functions every time I start going through to those points mentally where I'm smoking and drinking to get through. I want to do it when I'm just okay, like not just doing it when things going bad, because that's how you become addicted to things and stuff like that. And I ain't really with that this year. I done had my fair share of, you know what, you feel me? Another question, what separates you from other YouTubers? Again, what separates me from other YouTubers is my ability to connect with reality. Like, I'm not that YouTuber who finna just sit up here, talk to women, and play little pranks. Like, nah, like, I have an asset to me about real life, advice, instilling hope, and giving people opportunity that's really about me. So if you notice, like, if you're new to the channel, like, if you go look at my old videos, like, it's straight advice about different topics, about school. Like, I want to have a channel that later on down the line, people can still come to. And it's not just me talking to girls. Like, you can actually learn something. And you can send this to your grandchild and be like, listen to this. Like, you're going to go through this one day in life. And that's the type of YouTuber that I am. That's what separates me from a lot of other people. Like, I ain't just about fun, girls, and all that. Do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I see myself out of Florida. Like, I ain't trying to be in Florida. I want to be in Texas, Houston, to be specific. And I want multiple YouTube channels, and probably doing social work through YouTube. So that's how I see it. So I want to get back to my bread and butter. Where do you plan on traveling to in 2K23? Houston, of course Miami, that's spring break. I want to go back to Cali. I want to go out the country. I'm not gonna lie, like, I never been out the country. I always had a feel going. I like, nah, I want to go out the country. I want to go to like Africa, Egypt, Bahamas, a lot of different places, Puerto Rico. Well, that's technically still in the country, but those places I want to travel to. I done been to a lot of places already, so now what I'm really looking forward to is going out the country. I ain't really never been out the country, so that's what I want to do, for real. Somebody asked me who you fucking now. That's dead. What's your financial goal for 2023? Stack. I don't care what it is. Stack and invest, bro. Even if it's YouTube, you create content, clothing brands. I want to stack, and I want all my money to go into things that can make me more money. Like, that's where I'm at mentally. I ain't really trying to be nowhere else, because I spend like I'm Mayweather or something, bro. And I ain't rich by any means, like, but I spend bread like as soon as I get it, and I can't be living like that this year. I done lived my life. I done got everything I wanted as a child. Like, now it's time to stack my money and be smarter so that future generations, or my future generations, can have something when they get older, you feel me? You explain the youth center that you want to open up. So yeah, when my life gets settled in, I want to open a youth center for at-hope children. And when I say at-hope, I don't really like to frame the term at-risk. So kids that troubled neighborhoods, troubled backgrounds, poverty, like anything going on in the African-American community, I would love to open a center up where those children can come in, and I want it to be a nonprofit. I want the nonprofit to take care of those children. Not more so live with them, but more so anything they need on day-to-day life, trips, college tours, all that good stuff that a lot of youth, African-American youth, who don't grow up with advantages don't get to see. And I hate for people of my skin complexion to be stuck inside of an environment because they never seen nowhere else. It's so much more to life than what we see every day. And I didn't know that until I started playing tennis. So yeah, along with that, I want that youth center to also have different things that child could do, sports, arts and craft. If a child want to be a YouTuber, we have a media room, or like all that type of stuff. But that's gonna take time, you feel me? What's the hardest part about your healing process? The hardest part about my healing process is that stuff don't really end for me, you feel me? Like, I be healing and like trying to go through the motions of dealing with one thing, and then something else will happen. And then even like this chosen tattoo, like so many people depend on me, so I don't really have time to heal sometimes. But that's where I grew this year, is now I know how to make time for myself. I know how to grow in my own little areas. and like kind of fall back. But before, I never knew how to, okay, take your time away, get this separation. Like, nah, like if somebody needed me, I felt like I had to be there. So my healing process now is just understanding that I can only take on one thing at a time. If some stuff keep happening, I have to take the time for myself. But I'm also working on being persistent. So trying to also take the time not to just shut everything out and go into that dark places. My whole life has been, most of my life has been dark places. So I'm trying to get into the mindset, nah, I don't really want to be going through these in and out dark places, because it ain't really for me no more. Like, I want to grow, I want to just be who I'm supposed to be and just let it be that. Do you feel moving back home was best for your YouTube career? Was Tallahassee better? First off, I love Tally. Like, I hate Tally, but as far as YouTube, like, that's where all this stuff started for me. My whole, actually, that's another question in there that I want to address before that I saw. So we just gonna turn this into the college segment, you feel me? Because there's a lot of questions on here about college that I kind of want to address. Did college put you in a position to win, or was it just the change of scenery? I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. So for me, everybody know I came to college, I think I was a pre-occupational therapy student. So my whole mindset when I got to Tally was honestly just to be away from Jacksonville. So I'm gonna say for me, it was the change of scenery. Because when I got to college, I didn't really understand nothing, like as far as the college lifestyle and like I was kind of doing my own thing. I was alone in college for real. I played tennis, of course, but I only played for like 2 years. Like after that, I wasn't really, COVID hit and all this stuff, so I wasn't really, for like how you put it, into the college stuff. I really didn't, and I switched my major like 2 times, and then I finally found what I liked, which was social work. So get the social work. I'm not gonna sit up and act like I just didn't do no work, because I did work. Cap. But for me, social work kind of was so near and dear to me that a lot of stuff was common sense when I learned it. So I can't say I learned it. I learned the technical terms for it. Did it put me in a position to win? I'ma still say it did, because I connected with a lot of people that I wouldn't have done if I didn't leave Jacksonville. But then again, that's still my scenery. So it's a little bit of both. Like, it's a little bit of both. Like, I'm gonna just leave it at that. How do you stay afloat mentally after graduating college and starting a new life? I stayed afloat by basically allowing myself to be human. Like, and I would say, with our generation, we go through so much stuff, and we have a name for everything and a term for everything, which makes it hard, because we constantly self-diagnose ourselves. So for me, like, I felt like allowing myself to be human helped me, because it allowed me to take on everything that was coming my way. Was I depressed? Hell yeah. Was there a lot of stuff going on for me that it was hard for me to take on? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I felt like if I had diagnosed myself and allowed myself to be what Google said I was, and allow the depression and whatever to take over, like, I would have been messed up. So I stayed afloat by allowing myself to be human. I felt every feeling. I understood what it meant, and I understood how I could grow from it. And I would say this year was my year. I mentally matured in ways where I can kind of see a future for myself now, to whereas 2-3 years ago, I couldn't see a year from now. So in that way, I stayed afloat, allowed myself to just be human. And that's not common with a lot of us, you feel me? What's life after college? Like, what's your biggest adjustment? My biggest adjustment, I would say, is you ain't got time to BS no more. Like, it's always something. And that's just part of being an adult. Like, from bills to work. Like, when you working, bro, and you working your jobs, it ain't no more just, oh, do I want to go to class today? I don't feel like going to class, so I'm not gonna go to class. Like, nah, like life gonna hit you, bro. Like, and you have to also decide, like, okay, your job might require you to work 40 hours a week if that's a full-time job, you feel me? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. For the longest, I let my job take over. Like, the first 2 months of me being back in the city, I let my job take over my life. I ain't have a job outside of my life. But once you break everything down, bro, you have what? You work 40 hours a week, bro. How many hours? It's 24 hours in a day, 24 times 7. I'm gonna do the math because I ain't really. 24 times 7. It's 168 hours in a week. Your job is only 40. So then I had to ask myself, like, where is these other hours going? You feel me? And when you look at it, bro, you cannot let your job take over you. So my adjustment was, I couldn't let my job take over my life, especially if you want to find other business opportunities, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to start stuff up for yourself. Like, you got to understand that those 40 hours a week, that's not your whole life. You got about 168 hours, you do the math, you got 128 hours left. You feel me? With that 128 hours, you have to figure out what you want to do with your life. If you got goals to be wealthy, rich, however you want to put it, you can't settle with those 40 hours. And at first, I settled with them 40 hours. I settled with just work. But I had to understand, bro, you got to get up off your behind sometimes and just put the work in. And you're going to miss a couple nights of sleep, but it's for the long run. You feel me? You don't know how long you here. You don't know how long you got. So you got to run it up. You feel me? Post-grad phase and how to navigate. I think I pretty touched on that. Like, you just navigate by allowing yourself to be human. I think this year I also plan on writing more stuff down. Writing more stuff down, being more about my business. You feel me? Like, not just coasting with life. I coast too much. I float too much. That's why I'm trying to like cut back with a lot of stuff. Like, this the year, invest. Do what you got to do. Were your locks wicks a spiritual journey for you? So I'm gonna answer that and the other spiritual question at the same time. The other question is, are you spiritual and all that? So I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. My reasoning for having wicks, dreads, whatever y'all wanna call them, it ain't have nothing to do with spirituality. Like, that's just, for one, I always wanted dreads. I always wanted hair. I always liked having hair. Like, my daddy bald. Like, I ain't trying to be like that this early. I ain't trying to be like that this young. So, you feel me? You gotta show them things off. But I wouldn't say it was spiritual. Like, for me, I didn't start really understanding all that until I started going through it. And then, of course, social media kind of started projecting that 111 manifest stuff. And then I started to understand how everything was connected, and I started to understand what everything meant. And I started to notice that I had spiritual traits. I would say that I have a lot of spiritual traits. My spiritual, like, you won't catch me doing a lot of stuff for the intent of it being spiritual. But when you look back at it, like, I grew up in a household where religion was important. And I guess you learn a lot of spiritual things, but I'm not really a religious person. Like, you know, I even tell my mama this all the time. Like, I don't really believe in religion. Religion is just the practice of something. Anything could be a religion. So, do I believe in the spiritual stuff? Yeah, I do. Religion, not really. For some juicy stuff.
Nope.
If it wasn't for YouTube, where do you think you will be? Or what would you do instead? I ain't gonna lie, my life is not YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, I'ma still be that guy. Remember that, I will still be him. YouTube, I like y'all, thank y'all for supporting me. But even if it wasn't for YouTube, I had a life before YouTube, you feel me? So I just would have found another way. That's the one thing about me that I love about myself. Like, if I ain't got it one way, I'm gonna find a way to get it the other. Like, real hustle stuff, for real, for real. We're gonna get into juice stuff though, cause yeah, this played. All right, why is the world making men feminine and women masculine? I don't think it's that the world is making it. I think society, I think social media and all these constructs about how to live is in the air, and ain't nobody living like that. Cause yes, the world might be making it seem like this, but let's be real, ain't nobody happy with nobody, bro. Like, they is, but the people that we think is being feminine, or like, none of them is happy. So this is not clearly how we not supposed to live. Everything that we want, it was all manifested how the world's supposed to be, all that. But we have to understand that everything is changing, and we also have to understand that, bro, can't nobody predetermine how you supposed to live your life. Can't nobody predetermine how much money you gonna make, how much money she gonna make, who gonna do this. So that's something that, if you dealing with people, y'all gotta figure it out and understand before y'all get into doing whatever y'all wanna do. You feel me? 2 artists you want to collaborate on an album. I ain't gonna lie, I want YoungBoy and Rod Wave to do an album so bad. They got 2 songs right now, but if they did an album together, man, I better snap. What is one piece of advice you'll give to a first generation student athlete right now? You the prize, you the brand, you the future. You feel me? Don't let them people trick you out of yourself. You feel me? It's NILs going on right now. That's a lot of stuff. You can be yourself and still make it. You ain't gotta fake it for nobody. What changed you as a person? What changed me as a person? Pain, I would say. Like, I feel like everybody had this idea of me in person that I don't like people, I don't fuck with people, I'm mean, I'm this and I'm that, but I'm just hurt, bro. I don't be trying to rub that off on nobody else. I don't be trying to be, like, that's what changed me. So, but everybody who also know me, they'll know I'm probably the life of every party. I got a smile of gold, heart of gold, like, I'm really genuine, like, and a lot of people don't know that about me, but when you got so much pain and trauma going on with you, everybody don't see that because it's not always walking around with a smile, and sometimes it's walking around with a fake smile. And that's just me. Was college really the best years of your life for you? Yeah, it was where I realized my worth. So I would say yeah. What made you get into content creating? What got me into content creating was really, I ain't gonna lie, at the time I knew somebody, or didn't have you to put it, who was creating content. And I had a lot of people in my life that always came to me for advice, and they needed something from me, and I just got to a point where I was fed up with telling people, everybody the same thing, and I dropped a video on it. Boom, like, old girl was like, you should just go on YouTube and just drop a video about how you feel and everything going on that people keep asking about, and I did it. Video got like 3K views in 3 weeks, and I just kept dropping videos. So that's how that went. I was trying to get, okay, juicy stuff, here we go. Guys claim they like natural girls. Do you think that's true? Yes, we love natural girls. However, we love natural girls just as much as they love themselves, and we love unnatural girls just as much as they love themselves. So if you unnatural and you don't love your natural self, we can accept your natural self, but it's hard for us to love something that you don't love. You feel me? Like, if you can't accept yourself for who you is, how are we gonna do that? So I want women to put that into perspective before y'all come at us like, oh, you don't like this. If you don't like it, how can I like it? Yeah, I can only see the appearance of it, but you gotta be confident enough to put it out for me. You feel me? What's been the craziest behind the scenes moment from filming your YouTube videos? I ain't gonna lie, I had some crazy moments. So, it's been videos, bro, like, well, it's been people in the room that like me and I was liking them at one point in time, and like, you feel me? And y'all know me, like, I'm a very honest person. I invite whoever to the YouTube video. But in this instant, after the YouTube video, these 2 individuals didn't want to leave. So we all just stared at each other for like 2-3 hours after the video, and I was dying laughing because, like, y'all wasn't leaving, I wasn't finna tell y'all to leave, and I was trying to see what I can get out of it. So that'll probably be like the craziest behind the scene moments, because it was just funny because I wanted to see how it was gonna play out. You did. Missionary or back shots? I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna take missionary if I like you for real. Nah, I like both of them, but my favorite is probably missionary if I'm into it and I'm into you. Back shots, like, we just a little sneaky link, a little fucky fuck, like, then we gonna leave it to the back shots. Do you like giving or receiving? I ain't gonna lie, I like receiving, but I like giving too. I mostly like receiving, but I give, like, if I'm giving, if I'm giving for a long time, I say that, then I really like you. But I like both, you feel me? Like, I like a motherfucker who reciprocate too. So reciprocation is important to me. Now, if you come off to me with that energy, like, yeah, I'm finna get it, like, I'm a show out. I gotta give you more than what you gave. But if you just want me to be giving all the time, like, nah, that's dead with your little freak ass. Would you date a woman who makes 2 times more money than you? Yeah, like, that's dumb. Why would I not? Cause she got standards and she got a life. So yeah, I date somebody who made 2 times, however much, 10 times. Like, I can't be mad at you because you making bread and I'm finna go deal with somebody who don't. Like, no, it ain't all about money with me. So, head or sex? Sex, definitely. Zodiac sign got the best coochie. Fellas, I need y'all to answer that in the comments, cause I don't think I had every zodiac sign, so I can't answer that. It'll be biased. But I'm gonna give y'all my top 3. Scorpio. No order. Leo. Aquarius. No order. Which city in Florida got the best all around hoes? Y'all asking me like I don't even know all the cities in Florida. I only know the main cities in Florida, so I don't know, I can't. And in Tally, it's girls from different areas. How do you feel about the blind dates you went on, and what is it like now? I think I've been on like 2 or 3 blind dates. And it's funny that you asked me this because you was one of the blind dates. I felt like all my blind dates were straight. Like, they always Gucci. My last blind date, that's where I ended up meeting a girl from my last video. It was cool, just a vibe, like, she don't be on the content for real like that, but it is what it is. Serious, even though you don't have one. I can take somebody with a child as serious as they can take themselves. But if you're gonna use your child every time, like, as an excuse every time you fail to do something that you're supposed to do, or fail to meet the standards of what I have, like, then nah, I can't deal with it. But if you can, I can deal with it. But if you're going, okay, if your communication sucks and you're gonna blame it on your child, like, oh, it's because I got a kid, like, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you, you put yourself in that position. But at the same time, if you can communicate, like, we straight. I ain't finna trip off nothing, like, it's possible. Somebody else asked any YouTubers you like to collab with. So I'm gonna get names. I would love to collab with Sierra Monet, the real Sierra Monet. I wanna collab with her, and I'm gonna keep it a buck for the simple fact, bro. Her channel real, and even though a lot of people can't look past her Bentley situation or whatnot, bro, that girl really be spitting some facts. She's one of the few YouTubers who, yes, she plays, she have for entertaining videos, but she keep it real, bro. Like, and that's what I like about her channel. Like, she's real with herself, and you can tell, like, when she going through it or she feeling some type of way about something, she wear it on her sleeve, she wear it on her face. I like that about her. It's not too many people who do that for real. Other than that, like, I think I would like to do a lot of stuff with, like, podcast people, if you want to be 100% honest. Like, I like conversations, and like all of my pranks, anything that I do, bro, it's gonna be real conversation within them. So you go to the podcast, I would go Hindsight, Foolish Nard, the Foolish Wiseman podcast. So I'm going there. Like, those are the people that I would probably collab with. As far as big time people, like, and how y'all like the entertainment purpose, like, Real J Boogie, fuck with that boy. Like, I'm a be in his videos a lot now that I'm in the city. And just big videos, bro. Like, I like to be on podcasts. I would want to be on like a King Sid podcast where we talk about different problem stuff going on, like females, how people carry themselves, man and women stuff. Like, that's the type of stuff I'm into. I like stuff that builds my intellectual. So anybody in that realm, that's who I would like to collab with. What are some struggles of being a man? Biggest struggle, nobody gives a fuck. Like, I've accepted that. Like, you have to kind of put yourself in places for people to understand who you are as a person. And I don't be with that, bro. As a man, you just gotta have your shit together. Like, point blank, period. That's probably the biggest struggle of being a man. You have to have your stuff together all the time. If not, nobody really cares. You feel me? And I ain't saying that to be like, oh, girls just, y'all trifling. Like, nah, it's not even that. Society don't treat man how to deal with emotions. Society don't build all these programs for men to go to when they mess up, either mentally or whatever, unless you in like the military or something. Like women, they have places to go to when they're in an abusive relationship. They have places to go to and people to fall back on when something don't work out. Men, and this is my struggle, we don't have those fallback options unless it's your mama. You feel me? Like, and a lot of times, bro, the way girls is not, they be beating on you, they, all this. They don't get charged and whatever for all of that. The man do, you feel me? And no matter how bad you messed up, the minute you mess up, you got 1,000 consequences versus you got a woman, like they can mess up 1,000 times. Another man gonna come just cause they got a vagina. So that's the last / maybe first interview of 2K23, you feel me? But hit that like button, you feel me? Cause I just felt like I just said a lot. That's free therapy, that's free all that. Like, I really said a lot, I don't really talk like that, but 2023, bro, we got a lot of stuff coming. You feel me? We got a lot of bigger videos, being persistent, not consistent, you feel me? A lot of stuff coming for myself, a lot of stuff coming for y'all, you feel me? As for y'all, bro, we done with the year, bro. Like, it's time to move on, accept what life already been throwing at you, and let's move forward, you feel me? Be one with yourself, be one with everything, bro. Like, we have a lot of stuff that we could be doing right now in this world. We got a lot more than what we have right now. Don't focus on what you still got to gain, focus on what you already done accomplished, you feel me? Like, we all came so far, and if you watching this video, you strong, you a survivor, and you only got more life to live it, you feel me? Your girl favorite YouTuber, we out.
1 foot on the line, I'm feeling like a tight end. For my darkest times, I just go